What's any update on AC?
No, she's nothing's broken, so we do know that. She's got an X-ray last night. She's fallen on that hand a couple times, so I think it's just a reoccurring bruise that it's got her down pretty bad. But I haven't talked to Stacy today to find out kind of what her status is.
You mentioned last night, reaction quickly that you guys have a lot of things to fix, a lot of things
Yeah.
to work. Obviously, in such a short period. What's like the top 2 or 3 that you're looking last night and go, man, we got to get better at this right now?
I mean, good Lord. Defensively, we're not communicating well. We're not in sync. We have 2 people running to the ball. We have nobody guarding the ball. I mean, they're glaring things that just should not be happening at this point. We turned it over too many times. We took too many threes, didn't play inside out. Those are the 3 things that have got to get cleaned up before Thursday.
What about, if I'm right in your coaching career, you never lose an opener. You've never been in this situation. So the good thing is you can come back right a deal. But is it any different since it is the opener and you got such a long schedule? Do you worry about that, or confidence level, or what about all that, since you never had to deal with that before?
Well, I don't know what I don't know in that situation. We'll find out. I think for us, this was, we had been telling our players for a while, hey guys, like this is not what it looks like. And I think that if this doesn't get their attention, then I'm not sure what will, right? And that's not a discredit to Corpus Christi. Again, they were NCAA tournament team. They returned most of their starters. Royce does an amazing job. We just have some low-hanging fruit things that are happening that should not be happening. And if we just take care of those things, that game looks totally different. And so to me, that speaks to connectivity. That speaks to reps. And that's not that we're not connected from a chemistry standpoint. We like each other. But we had 4 players on the floor last night who hadn't played in 2 years, and 3 of those 4, the first time of live play was last night. And they're in there trying to play with players who haven't taken reps with them. We looked confused. That's how I have felt on both ends of the ball for a while. And we need those players out there, so we've got to trust the process until we get it figured out. But it was ugly to watch.
What do you think of Jada? Just kind of her first time back and the way she looked and felt out.
I thought Jada looked great. I was really, really happy for her and how she played. She took her rehab really, really seriously. All last year, she was locked in on the bench in terms of paying attention. We gave her some pretty high level things to track just because she's got a great basketball mind. She understands the game. She can probably run every position 1 through 5 and tell you where you're supposed to go. And so we really fed into that last year to get her to have some understanding of some things. And, then for her to come out there and on both ends of the floor, dictate, dominate, be able to own the paint was something that we need from her. And it was really nice to see her go out there and do it.
Are some of those things, you said, a lot of it, defensively, people in the wrong spots and rushing things. Is some of that, do you feel like can be fixed just with more cohesiveness, more reps together? Do you feel like stuff that will work itself out?
It'll work itself out, for sure. Maybe not the way they want it to, but it'll work itself out.
Thursday, elementary school day.
Yeah.
I don't know, how exciting, unique is this kind of a game play?
This is one of my favorite games. It is going to be loud. I'll take a few some headache medicine before we get out there. But this is an opportunity for young elementary students in the Brazos Valley to come watch us play. And some of them are season ticket holders, and some of them have never been on our campus before and have never been in Reed Arena. And if we can provide that experience for them, why not? So I'm really excited that both Bryan and College Station ISD are participating. It's going to be loud, and hopefully they look out there and they see, players out there competing, playing together, and it's something that sparks a dream for one of them, whether it's to come to college here or to be a basketball player or to work an event or to be a trainer. There's so many avenues that will, hopefully open their eyes just by being in this space. And so if we can do that and get them excited about women's basketball and coming to visit a college campus, then why not?
So what about some of the specific matchups against UTSA? Because now that there's film out there,
Oh God,
people are going to try to possibly do possibly what AMCC
So
what about the specific matchups tomorrow?
Well, we'll talk about that when we get into the film room. UTSA is super talented. They have guards and forwards that can score from multiple positions, 3-level players. We've got to be locked in to our scouting report defense. I tell them all the time, like, what are you putting on film? And we put a lot on film yesterday in not a good way. And so it's our duty and our responsibility to change that and get it corrected. Or we're going to continue to see the same things that we saw, whether it's the press or just people not guarding certain people. But that's something that we'll show to them today and just talk through, this is what we should do in those situations. This is what this should look like, and make sure they can apply that when we get out on the floor.
I know you're obviously hoping that AC doesn't really miss much time, but what does she does this team, how much does this team rely on someone like AC?
Oh, a ton. I mean, I think not only AC, but Sahara, Lauren, like those 3 players who have been in our program. Sahara's played the most minutes, started the most games, and knows us the best in terms of what we're asking for. It's important that they're on the floor, and it's important that they show up with the expectation, standard, and responsibility that they have, because they're our anchors. The 3 of them are our anchors. They're our most experienced players. And they've got to lead the way every day. And there's an accountability that comes with that I think they want. I think they're willing to accept, but they have to play well. So whether AC practices today or not, we need her to, because that's part of why we look the way we look. Not her, but just in general. We've had so many, like, okay, we have 7 today. Now we have 8, but I need to take her, so now you have 7. Or now we have 9, but these have a load restriction, so they're done halfway through practice. We just haven't been able to have all 11 practice at the same time, and we've got to get that piece figured out. Now that we have most of our team returning and healthy, we need to get on the same page in a lot of different areas.
And I think you mentioned Moon played for like the first time. I think that's right, Moon.
3 years.
And you said she hadn't done anything in the fall thus far. What was she out with this fall?
Just her recovery. It was just her time
Gotcha. Okay.
back, and so she was able to do stuff on the sideline, but nothing
Gotcha.
contact. And so her progression to play once she was released was do some individuals by yourself. Then she had to do a certain running progression, and then after that she had to go 1-on-1, then 2-on-2, then 3 versus 3, and each one of those progressions takes a week. It's not like 1-on-1 today, 2-on-2 tomorrow, because then you have to make sure the knee is responding and everything is fine. And so she didn't play any of our scrimmages, and probably 2 days before our game, or 3 days before our first game, was the first time she was in like 5-on-5 with our team.
That was an ACL knee wear.
Correct.
Yeah.
ACL, then meniscus.
I listened to the tape. I'm thinking like, okay, why wasn't she out there?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and so that's a lot, and then
Yeah.
as a point guard, that's a lot, right? So